Hey guys, my name is Modi and you are welcome to Modi Speaks. Today we're going to be looking at another heartbreaking video. This video highlights the impact of black on black crimes, which everyone, especially so-called black activists, seem to overlook. This video is going to leave you heartbroken, especially for the young promising 16-year-old boy who was untimely unalived by a fellow 16-year-old. But before we get into the video proper, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you've not already. Like and share this video to keep people informed, and consider joining my membership or buying me a coffee if you like, as a way of supporting the channel. All right, so a 16-year-old boy by the name of Sean Simpson has been charged with murder for permanently deleting another 16-year-old boy by the name of Zaquavius Dawkins. However, during Mr. Sean Simpson's hearing in court, he was seen being devastated and crying after a judge tells him his bond was denied. Prosecutors allege that Dawkins and a friend were walking on South Chester Street in Gastonia, North Carolina, when Simpson drove by and opened fire on them. Dawkins sadly passed away and the friend was critically injured. According to the reports, Dawkins was running an errand for his disabled mother at the time of the incident. Currently, Sean Simpson is facing charges of first-degree murder and he's being charged as an adult according to new laws that came into effect this December.
First at 5, a 16-year-old learns he will not be getting bail after being charged with murder. Sean Simpson is accused of killing 16-year-old Zaquavius Dawkins and also accused of trying to kill someone else Sunday night in Gastonia. Well, Simpson is now being charged under a law change which allows 16 and 17-year-olds to be charged as an adult in certain crimes. But that did not make things any easier for anyone involved today, as you just saw. As Derek Dellinger reports right now, the hearing only lasted a few minutes, but it was tough for both families.
The family of the victims, Zaquavius Dawkins, they were in court and they were quite emotional about what happened. You have to realize this is one of their first chances to see the teen accused of killing him. Sean Simpson came into Gaston County Court at points wiping away his tears as he stood before a judge. Just 16 years old, he's being charged with first-degree murder as an adult. That's as a result of a law change that went into effect in December, which allows teens his age to be charged as an adult in certain crimes. There was a realization that during this proceeding that the gravity was hitting him, a grand jury indictment that could come in the near future, and a moment that hit when a judge told him that he would not be seeing freedom anytime soon.
Court may impose a hold without bond. Court finds sufficient allegations to support the charges. Considering the relevant charges, he is ordered held without bond.
This moment is tough to watch, but it was something that Zaquavius Dawkins' family says they needed to be here for. Simpson accused of killing Dawkins Sunday night along Chester Street. Simpson also accused with attempted first-degree murder involving another victim. Dawkins' family says he was going to get medical supplies for his mother when he was killed. After Wednesday's court appearance, things were still raw for Dawkins' family.
It's affected everybody, even the neighborhood that he lives in. It affected everybody.
Her grandson overcoming health issues as a baby and eventually playing football at Ashbrook High School. In recent days, and even after court Wednesday, Dawkins' family could not help but tell us how kind he was.
He was sweet. He was kind. He would do anything for anybody.
Which has made this all the more tough. But there's a realization here from Dawkins' family that justice must come, even for a suspect that's so young.
He is really young, and he took an innocent life, which was a part of me. I felt bad, you know, but I mean, you know, you out here doing big boy things, and this is what's going to happen. You got to suffer the consequences.
Simpson's next court date is set for February, though we're told he could be indicted by a grand jury before then, but he will remain in jail given the charges.
First of all, I just want to correct the reporter on something he said, okay? The reporter said that watching Sean Simpson break down in tears after he was told he would not be seeing freedom for a while was tough to watch. Well, that couldn't be further from the truth, okay? It was actually satisfying to watch. Yes, it would be very much satisfying if he was given a life sentence, but also seeing him panic over the loss of his freedom was undoubtedly satisfying to watch, at least to me. And in case you're wondering, he wasn't even crying over the young life he took. He wasn't devastated because Zaquavius Dawkins would never live and breathe amongst us. Rather, he was selfishly crying for his temporary loss of freedom. That is a heartless and narcissistic behavior. and it is definitely not something I would sympathize with. Now, on further research, I was informed that the culprit and the victim are acquaintances. Like, they are not friends, but they know each other. They live in the same neighborhood and they attend the same high school. And again, according to my findings, Dawkins' family members said the two young people got into an altercation last year, which they thought had been resolved. But obviously, Sean Simpson still bore a grudge against Dawkins, which led up to him permanently deleting the poor guy from the face of the earth. Now, I want to touch on something which is extremely important regarding this whole situation, okay? And that is how accommodating black people are towards black on black crimes. Now, this kid drives by and takes the life of a fellow kid without remorse or fear of repercussion, because in most cases there wouldn't be any serious repercussion as he would be considered a kid. So this young man deletes that kid, but instead the internet is crickets about the whole incident. Only one unpopular news channel reported this case. No black rights activists are talking about this. There is no media coverage for this story. There is no black lawyer holding press conferences and demanding for justice for the black life that was lost. Even Zaquavius' mother is not outraged and demanding for justice for his son's untimely demise. In fact, according to the mother, she feels bad for the culprit because he is very young. Can you imagine that? Everybody, including the victim's family, seemed to be taking the whole situation in stride. In fact, it looks like they feel more sorry for the culprit because he's gonna be spending more time in jail than they do for their own son, who was untimely deleted. At least that is how it seems to me. Everything is playing out this way because the culprit who actually unalived somebody is another black person. It is almost as if they are okay with black on black crimes. Imagine what would be happening right now if that heartless culprit was a white person. Just picture what would be happening in your mind. By now, every news outlet would be running with the news. Black Lives Matter would be on the streets performing. So-called black activists would be all over the place with accusations of systemic racism and all whatnot. But this time, just because it was a black person doing evil to another black person, they are gonna sweep it under a rug. What does a 16-year-old have to do with gangster life? Why would a 16-year-old be out on the streets wielding a gun? What sort of lifestyle is that boy living? Most importantly, where is his father? Why is gangbanging a thing in the black community? Many times I come across videos upon videos on the internet where I see mainly young black men engaged in a gunfight with other groups of young black men, shooting at each other in open spaces for one reason or the other. I don't see activists pointing out the high dangers of these practices. I don't see anyone protesting these very dangerous incidents. I don't see any sign that these so-called black activists actually care about black lives. All I see are people who only claim to care about black people when the police or white people are involved. The life of this poor young black man was lost because no one thought black on black crimes are actually something to worry about. And the audacity of that wicked young man to think that he has the right to cry about the loss of his freedom when he just took the life of another young man and critically injured the friend of the dead young man. The audacity, okay? And I believe that if someone is old enough to drive a car, if someone is old enough to get into that car, drive up to a neighborhood and shoot up an innocent teenager, that person is very much old enough to bear the consequences of his actions. So again, I'm happy that he would be tried as an adult, and I hope and pray that he is given a life sentence, or at least a very long sentence that would see him staying in jail for a long period of time. Again, I think that this should serve as a warning to every single black person out there who is covering up for black on black crimes. The more you cover up and accommodate this kind of crimes, the more they would always happen. Speak out against this kind of gangster lifestyle. Make sure these young people are raised by both their parents. The father has to be in the picture. This is very important. I'd never ever sympathize with a black criminal simply because they are black. Honestly, my thoughts are with the family of the poor soul whose life was cut short by that despicable human being. I hope that the poor boy rests in the bosom of the Lord, and I also pray for a very speedy recovery for his friend who was critically injured. Anyway guys, these are my thoughts, these are my opinions, but feel free to share yours in the comment section below, but do so respectfully. Also, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, honestly, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe to the channel. Like and share this video to keep people informed, and consider joining my membership or buying me a copy if you like, as a way of supporting the channel. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to catch you on the next one. For now, peace.